Yes, YouTube is starting.
Settings, updating settings. Tweet has been posted. A timer has gone off, so I'm assuming we have gone live on Twitch. So,
Perfect. I'm trying to get my feet. Oh, actually, I don't need my feet up. What am I thinking of? I have it right on my computer. We're not playing a game, so I don't need a second device to do this.
yeah. Still have an extra anyway. That's just me.
So, hi everyone. Welcome to the TechNet Show. We are finally doing
Oh,
this again. It's been a
you're
hot minute,
alive.
hasn't it?
I'm alive. I apologize. Most of it has been on my end. It has been quite a week. 2 weeks? Week. It's been a
I
week.
think it's been a week. Let's. Actually, it hasn't. Because last week was an Apple event, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. No, yeah. We were still able to do last week Monday. We were
So
planning to do a special event in regards to the topics we're talking about today, but then the week started to become what it was, and got pushed to our regularly scheduled program.
yay.
Yay.
Which is great because of the fact that we really don't have much to talk about today anyway, so
What
works
are the
out.
odds? Yay! Hooray for droughts. Wait, wait, no, that's
Uh I think you're being insensitive to people somewhere in the world that has a drought.
yeah. I apologize. Been a long day.
Yeah. So
Anyway,
let's get into this. What is your biggest part of the event? What do you think?
all right. So overall feelings of the event. Um, First and foremost, the event itself. Definitely not as cinematic as Apple's. It is still held on a stage and everything. I will say, I enjoy their I still enjoy their presenter. Um, if anything, you definitely do feel like the passion emanating out of him. And for reals, I don't know if that's just how he sounds, if he's just that passionate, but he always kind of sounds like he's like on the verge of like tears, like every single
that's
like every
that's
single
true.
time.
That's true.
Um, Otherwise, product wise, real quick, I'm I'm happy that a lot of things that we saw from the rumors from last time for the Surface Pro 8, if I recall correctly, is pretty much been confirmed. That's kind of nice. I think I made an audible shout for Thunderbolt. Granted, it was
Finally,
at
it's.
the point.
I mean,
I know, right?
let's be honest here. It's probably just USB 4, but
Oh, yeah.
close enough. Close enough.
It's
It's Thunderbolt. I'm happy,
some kind of Thunderbolt. It's finally here. Hallelujah.
and
Uh,
it's been something. I don't I don't know why. Okay, remember when they said security concerns a while back?
what was that? Was that their thing for not including Thunderbolt
Yeah,
or
the
some kind of
security
Thunderbolt?
concerns.
Oh,
It's for
why?
the security of people. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't recall ever hearing a report about Thunderbolt ever being an
Uh,
insecure
I mean,
option. Or
technically they're right.
oh,
Technically. So their argument is that it's a direct PCI bus that can give devices direct access to the computer.
Okay.
So
On the
basically, it has
technical
the
level.
same security as a PCI card would. So
Okay.
technically, they're right. Apple gets around this because um, they have a white list of uh, Thunderbolt things. So basically, if you're not on the white list, you don't get,
Get the
don't get a part.
informations.
Yeah.
It ain't happening. Sorry, fam.
However, of
That's
course,
very
Microsoft
Apple.
being Microsoft, you can't really. It's a hard sell to have a white list.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's it would
You
be
can't
tough
be
for
the
them to do it.
distributor of Windows, yeah, and have a whitelist. Be a very long whitelist, a very demanding whitelist. Can't
Yeah.
see Microsoft being strict on said whitelist. Be a very gray whitelist.
So yeah, that's my thought on that one. It's really about that, honestly.
Okay.
Um, but it makes sense to a certain extent. I mean, what if some bad actor was able to plug in some random, just plug in something to your computer that's, has the ability to say process some sort of like decryption algorithm. Let's just go extreme here. What if it's pretty much like a completely secondary computer with like, you know, full full CPU power, GPU, and you're able to say decrypt everything on the computer because it's, just a PCI, slot rather than say a something that the computer has a bit more control over.
Okay.
I mean, that's super far fetched, and I literally just came up with that scenario on the spot, but
Yeah, yeah.
that
The
turns
chances
it,
are they're happening are low, but they're technically never zero.
yeah. So it turns a security flaw that, you would need to open up the computer, turn it off, you know, plug a card in, turn it back on, to
Yeah.
just plugging in a cable.
Oh yeah.
So from that standpoint, I understand the security issue. However, do you know what's the best thing about security issues like this? Do you know
Oh,
what
what
it
will that?
is? Oh, what?
Oh, what will that be?
A BIOS level disable switch.
Oh.
Doesn't that just sound like a good halfway solution? Like, let's say that you're a large company, this is top secret information. Just disable the feature. Just disable it. And if you're the normal user, you are just happy that you have Thunderbolt.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't that sound like a nice little like halfway solution there?
That does. It sounds like a very nice solution to have. Meet in the middle, still have your cake and kind of sort of eat it too. And all you gotta do is just provide a quick little on-off switch in the BIOS.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Anyway, but who knows? I don't completely understand why they do it. I I really think it might have just been one of those they didn't want to license Intel.
Yeah.
I
We
mean
don't
that's
want to
a
give you the actual reason why they didn't include both, so they gave you as close to a reasonable reason.
yeah. That's just what I'm assuming here. It's probably just like they didn't want to pay Intel, so yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But it's kind of sort of here now. Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. Let's what else is there? All right.
Huh?
Before we get into our big news, let's talk about the Duo.
Oh, the Surface Duo.
Do you have any thoughts?
Surface
You
Duo
know my
2.
thoughts. I'll share my thoughts afterwards. Do you have any thoughts?
All right. So, after hearing your thoughts, I should preface I know nothing about what actually conspired with the original launch of the Surface Duo. I kind of went under the assumption that since I haven't really heard anything from it and have actually forgotten that it was released, is that its release did not go well. um, so as of right now, my only knowledge of the Surface Duo was pretty much whatever was neatly presented um through their presentation and through whatever I can find on the website. So I will say that the big drawbacks that you have presented, I can see being a very big thing, but so I'll save that for later. But in the meantime, I will say initial reactions first and foremost. Besides whatever's going on with the camera in the back, I think it looks I think it looks really nice. For one reason or another, it kind of reminds me of a very similar body and form factor to a larger Nintendo 3DS with the way that it looks. Um,
That's not a bad way to say that. I would never have thought of that.
um, I do think having that hinge with like a little notification bar, while I don't see too much use with the way it looks, I mean, just having a way to, I guess, see like what notifications you have is, I don't know, it's kind of neat. It's a nice little thing that I'm not sure how incredibly useful I'll find it, but maybe a couple seconds in knowing how many missed calls I've received because I'm running late to one of these streams, one of those things.
You're not gonna
Otherwise,
notice it.
yeah, I'm probably not gonna notice it. uh, but yeah. Otherwise, I don't know. One other thing that I've noticed. Now, obviously, I can't speak to how well it performs, software wise, but from the vibe I get from it, I was originally wondering like, it's kind of weird that they went with the sticking with the dual screen approach and stuff. Trying to do like a folding thing, like a one tablet kind of screen thing. For one reason or another, the dual screen idea kind of gives me that same like niche productive vibe that I got from like when BlackBerry was still a thing.
Hmm.
I'm not sure. It kind of gave me that vibe that's trying to go for that. I'm one of those kind of people that like, you know, need to get a lot of business done. I need to get a lot of multitasking done. So that's why I have two screens on me instead of one. But that's um, I guess that was initially my initial impressions of the Surface Duo. Um, but yeah, looks fairly nice. Reminds me of a 3DS, and the dual screens give me that kind of like go-to business vibes that BlackBerry did way back in the day.
Yeah. So I guess it's time for my thoughts. First of all, before I actually talk about it, I want to congratulate the Surface Duo people that own them, those very few of you out there. You will be getting Android 11 by the end of the year.
Hey, Android 11.
Give it up for you guys.
Woo!
Hopefully, you guys will see Android 12 by the end of next year.
Yes. Let me know
Um,
how I'm currently still sitting in 9, but my phone. I have the excuse of I'm sitting on a relic.
yeah. So
That's me.
this S21 is currently rocking the beta version of Android 12.
Yeah.
So that being
Only if you're
said,
behind.
well, at least it's getting it.
Yeah,
That's more than some manufacturers can say.
that's true.
But the funny thing is, I'm pretty sure that Android 11 was out when this Surface Duo was released.
I believe so. And should be, I think. Yeah. The
Yeah,
original Surface. I.
October 2nd, 2019. Yes. Oh
Okay.
no, the conference was on October 2nd. The was eh? This doesn't make sense. Wait, announced during the Surface Hardware Conference on October 2nd, 2019. Oh, oh, this hurts. I
Oh.
forgot about this. It was announced in October 2nd, 2019, and it was officially released on September 10th,
Oh.
2020.
Oh.
I was like,
Oh man.
October. Wait a moment. Is it October after?
Something doesn't quite add up here. How do you announce it a month after its release? What kind
You,
of
you,
angle are you going
you
at?
saw that bit of confusion that I had on my face for a few moments there.
Yeah.
Like,
Almost
some.
a whole year for that thing to get.
So the problem with it is that it's running a year old hardware. It got released with Android 10.
Yeah.
And, yeah. So I think that just says everything you guys need to know about my feelings of the Surface
Yeah.
Duo.
Are they
When it came out, I
smart
heard
enough?
very bad things about the bugginess.
Like,
I've heard it's gotten a bit better though. But this being Microsoft's first going into the phone industry and using an established platform, not even their own platform, they're a software company. I would have expected better from them. I mean, the hardware was on point, but
yeah, it's
the
solid.
software was a bit to be desired.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Yeah.
We're-
That's definitely unfortunate.
So I mean, I really hope that Microsoft does a bit better on the Dual too. I mean, it looks like a solid piece of hardware. Like almost everything that Microsoft does is a solid piece of hardware.
Yeah.
Which is funny because the hardware doesn't seem to get many issues. People seem to despise Windows for some reason or another. But the
I can't really
hardware
imagine.
itself is universally loved.
Yeah.
You've noticed that, right?
I can see that. Yeah, I don't believe I've ever heard any complaints in regards to the hardware,
Yeah.
with the exception of the usual tablet business of, in order to get any form of like proper computer experience out of it, I need to buy my keyboard trackpad separate. That's
That's
less of a
true.
technical issue and more of just tablet pricing.
Well, and also that's still Windows. You're complaining about Windows.
That is true.
Just think about that for a few moments.
Runs Windows as a tablet.
I mean, okay, as a tablet, hardware wise, I think that the Surface is pretty much perfect.
Solid. It
Yeah.
just happens to be running Windows, which is not quite tablet friendly. I don't care if you have a tablet mode. It's
I know that this might be a very I don't know if that many people would agree with me. I think that the Surface's hardware, tablet wise, is better than the iPads. For one reason, the kickstand.
oh, the kickstand.
Oh, and the
That's
second
true.
reason is that Microsoft had the magnetic pen long before Apple did.
Gotta love that magnetic pen.
Yeah. What are you saying? Sorry.
Oh no, I was just agreeing. Yeah, the kickstand is lovely. Having a default built-in way to get your tablet to stand up on its own, I can't argue against that.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know how many people cared about it, but I remember like the older services had those small little SD card slots,
Oh
the
yeah,
micro
the one
SD
like
card
came in
slots.
like tucked away in the back.
Yeah.
I like that thing. I've
Yeah.
never used it, but I liked it. I like that the option was there.
Oh, and the other thing was, what the heck did they call it? Oh, I think it was a Surface connector. I just call it MagSafe.
Oh yeah, Microsoft's MagSafe.
Okay. Okay, let's talk about that for a moment. That was genius on a tablet.
Oh yeah,
Uh, I don't care what you think about this. I have walked away with my iPad on a charger more times than I would like to admit. I have never once done that with my laptop.
oh yeah.
I don't know why. It's like tablets are just like something. I feel like tablets are something that you grab without thinking a lot more often than your laptop.
Do that.
So, I on that tablet on the Surface connector was really a godsend.
Yeah, it must have saved many a Surface. Guarantee you.
I'll pretend that I didn't hear that, and
Was it?
yeah, I said I'll
They-
pretend that I didn't hear that, but oh, and the other thing that I really liked about it is that shoot, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something about the Surface hardware that just can't think of at the moment. Um,
Uh, on a side note, if we're talking about the charger, I really appreciate the fact that I'm not sure if they still add it onto. I'm hoping they do, but I really enjoyed the fact that there's an extra USB thing on the charging brick.
oh yeah, actually, the thing that I liked about the Surface connector is the fact that you could connect the dock to it, the Surface dock.
Oh yeah,
So, I mean, I know that everyone's like, USB-C is the future, but magnets.
but magnets.
You have to admit, magnets.
Yeah, never underestimate the power of a magnetic charger. Truly, truly underappreciated tech throughout its entire lifespan. Go ahead.
Honestly, I wouldn't have minded if Apple actually kept MagSafe on their laptops. I know that
Right?
there's a lot of people that say like USB-C everything, but honestly, I think that MagSafe was a superior connector.
Yeah, yeah. I think MagSafe is the much more ideal choice, especially for ensuring, yeah, especially for a device on the go where maybe you might forget that, oh, I'm keeping it on the charger, so I gotta, in case if you
Yeah.
plug with it, you don't feel like you're tearing it off of the wall. You're just unclipping the magnet.
Yeah, and the argument that a lot of people use is, the someone tripping on your wire.
I feel like that's more of a benefit though. Someone's gonna trip regardless. It's just a matter of whether or not your laptop's following with it.
I'd rather my laptop not follow with it. Thank you very much. It
Yeah.
saves me, not
Yep.
really them, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. It protects the laptop and really, or the tablet. Really, I can't argue against that. MagSafe would have been nice to keep. Maybe
Yeah,
keeping USB-C charging as an extra option if you do want to live that USB-C
that's
life. But
true. I mean, you could easily have just kept, one port for MagSafe, and then all the USB-C ports could still charge. But yeah,
they needed to make way for the future. USB-C, USB-C and everything.
and so that they don't have to battle with the branding of MagSafe for iPhone.
Oh yeah, that's
Okay,
another story.
Okay, MagSafe for iPhone. I have two feelings about it. First one, it's useless for charging. Second, it's one of the best ideas ever, just not for charging.
Not for charging.
Okay, hear me out. I think that's the best idea ever because of the fact that you could easily like dock your phone for like in the car. It's like a great way to put your phone someplace.
Yeah.
You know what I mean
Just,
by that.
just like stick it onto something and you're good to go.
And then you can make accessories for an iPhone that's like, that sticks to the iPhone rather than designing a case for the iPhone.
Yeah.
You know those like weird specialty cases to use certain like, things. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. I think I get you.
Like,
Like
oh,
the
camera
front one.
lenses and stuff like that.
Yeah. Don't have to worry about carrying that separate. You could just like pop and then
Yeah. It's like all
go.
connected through MagSafe. You just toss it on, it aligns itself, it goes on, and you're done. You're ready. Oh, and I've seen these accessories like the remember pop sockets?
I do remember pop sockets.
They make an accessory, a MagSafe accessory.
Ooh, a MagSafe pop socket.
So you don't have to ever glue your phone ever again
Wow.
or your case.
Magnetically replaceable pop sockets, mag sockets.
Yeah. I mean,
How is no one on
like,
this?
wait, what?
I'm like, how is no one on this yet? Can we
I don't,
capitalize on this? Can we? Do we have the power to patent this like right now?
but yeah, that's why I think that MagSafe itself is genius. I don't think that the charging is.
Yeah.
I mean, a charging is a nice side effect. That's a nice side effect. Except I don't think that the MagSafe charging is necessary, especially since you can easily have MagSafe Qi charging.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the reason why I would advocate for that rather than something else is, let's say that you have an iPhone. An iPhone will auto align on the puck, and then it'll charge the best you possibly can charge because it's perfectly aligned. But let's
Yeah.
say you bring your Samsung Galaxy S21 around, and you could also use that same charger to charge that one, even though it won't magically align with it. It'll just but
Yeah. You can
place
still
it
charge it.
properly.
You just gotta. Yeah, you
Yeah,
gotta spend that extra second or two just making sure it lines up properly. Watch the screen like light up or like your little charge icon pop up.
yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying there. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. I mean, wireless charging has you can have a lot more potential in wireless charging than what even MagSafe allows.
Oh yeah.
Although I know that this is a weird thing to say about Microsoft, but people have found that the new Apple Watch, their connect, the connect connector, it has data transfer capabilities.
Data transfer capability.
Yeah. So that magnetic thing that puck
Yeah,
for the
the magnetic hockey puck for your
yeah
Apple Watch and whatnot.
yeah that has data transfer capabilities now.
Oh. Huh.
So that could be a sign of things to come for the iPhone.
Oh, data transfer through MagSafe. That'd be interesting.
Yeah. So if they actually go the portless life,
Oh
if
yeah.
they go the portless life, I understand why they went that direction and why they need something so proprietary.
Yeah.
because you can't do data transfer currently
Yeah.
wirelessly. Well, I mean, obviously you can't do data transfer wirelessly. That's called Wi-Fi or
Yeah.
Bluetooth. But you know
Right.
what I
Right.
mean, like direct connection data
Yeah.
transfer.
Right now, it's a very open field for, yeah, like direct contact wireless data transfers. But that's kind of exciting. I want to see where that goes.
Yeah, that would be pretty exciting. So yeah, I understand that, but I that's why I have mixed feelings about MagSafe. It's it's great for accessories. I don't see the benefit of the charging functionality just yet.
Yeah. It's almost it's very interesting that MagSafe shows all of its potentials and everything but the one thing that Apple feels like it's trying to like emphasize the most about it.
Yeah. Speaking of which, why hasn't anyone else thought that was a good idea to put magnets on the back of their phone so they could stick their phones on stuff? Seriously.
That's true. Like I've seen like accessories that exist that, you know, give you a magnetic option on the back of your phone, but you still have to stick something onto your phone to
Yeah.
give it that magnet
I've
thing
seen
to
some
put in.
cases that, you could buy like, car mounts for them that you could, the case is magnetic, the car mount is magnetic, so that's how, you get your magnetic sticking car mount.
Yeah.
Except now it's just you take your iPhone, you take your car mount that supports this, and just put it
And
in.
just golden.
Surprised that no one else has done that before. That's one of those things that seems so simple and obvious, and
The
people have even done it
magnets.
before in actual accessories.
Yeah. And magnets are an underappreciated field of technology.
Yeah.
Need more magnets.
Yes. Yes, we do. Just like we need more, we need magnets in the Surface keyboard for the Surface
Yeah.
Pro 3, which is completely redesigned now.
Oh yes. Perfect
Okay.
way to take back to what we were talking about.
Yeah. So they finally redesigned the Surface Pro 3. So the keyboard looks very, one of the keyboards looks very similar. However, it has a spot for the pen. So, okay, as I mentioned before, the Surface has always had a good spot for the pen, unless you're traveling.
Yeah.
That's that's the same problem that the iPad has. It's great until you need to put it in a bag.
Oh yes. Might as well just count your you say goodbye to your stylus forever. It's just gone now.
But now there's a
Yeah.
spot inside the keyboard cover for you to just put your pen inside of, which I think is a very good idea because it protects the pen. Because as artists know, not everyone, but artists know, and these pen users know, those nubs are fragile and they
Oh
cost
yeah.
a bit of money. They're not expensive, but they're not cheap.
True, true, true.
So yeah, that's a really nice feature. Oh, and the nice thing about this pen is there's haptics. You can feel like you're writing on paper.
Oh
I really
yes.
hope that they do this really well. I haven't actually tried it and I really want to try this. Unfortunately, I can't really try this because there is no longer Microsoft stores.
Oh yeah. You know, do they ever have Microsoft stores entirely, or is it just
I think
are we out of July? We're out of
I'm
luck.
pretty sure that they only have a few open now. I think that's like 3 or 4.
Oh, okay.
So essentially, yeah, they're gone.
Uh, gone the way of the Windows Phone.
Yeah. There's a Gucci there
Okay.
now.
All right.
I think. I'm pretty sure that's a Gucci. Yeah.
Not quite my scene, but that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. I
S-
can respect that.
So the other change that they made to the Surface Pro 8 is that they have a SSD user replaceable SSD. So it's not your standard long SSDs. It's your small form factor one. So they're not completely common, but you can buy them.
Oh yeah.
So they're a bit they usually are a bit more expensive, but well, the fact that they're user replaceable, I feel like that just makes this a lot easier to swallow.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, and don't forget the 120 hertz refresh rate.
It's a thing. It's
It's a
actually a
thing.
thing.
I'm actually surprised. I really thought that the rumors were lying about it. I couldn't believe it.
All right. That was like the fever dream thing. It's like that's the one thing that we both agreed. Like it'd be really cool if they had it, but I'm not holding my breath
And
for it.
yeah, yeah,
The Mad Lads, they actually did it.
can't believe it. So, let's talk about the replacement for the Surface Book, the Surface Laptop Studio. And
Oh
it
yes.
might not be the first of its kind, but like Microsoft always does, they always do it better.
Oh yes.
So, pretty much, it has a hinge like the Studio, except it's a laptop and it can go flat. I don't know how else to explain it.
It is honestly my favorite. It has quickly become my favorite way to convert a laptop into a tablet.
Yes.
I mean, it ain't the over-engineered like snapping thing that Dell did like many, many years ago.
I think that
But
this is more engineered, honestly.
yeah,
Honestly, I think
I
that if you this is a pinnacle of over engineering.
yeah, I will say I love this. Well, in either case, I love them both a lot more than the usual two-in-one tactic of having to like bend your entire laptop
Oh
back
yeah,
over.
most definitely. Yeah.
It
So
saves motion, and honestly, I don't know why. It also bothers me that like the idea of like when you do the flip thing over and you have to like flip your entire like laptop over, you have to like let your keys touch whatever surface that you're currently on, and I don't know,
I
that rubs me the wrong
think
way.
I think that the Dell kind of got around that. It flips like the way they're saying it, but I think it retracts the keys. I don't know if it was a Dell, but I remember one laptop brand did that.
I actually thought about that. Shoot. How did I miss that?
So yeah, it's still that same, turnaround mechanism, but it
They found a way
pushes
to
the
like
keys in. I don't remember exactly which laptop it was. I think it was a Dell.
shoot. And that's the dream. But in any event, that's
Yeah.
cool. This is better.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, sure, you could still feel the keys, but it's not as,
Oh yeah.
not as.
Not
So
as
this com-
not as
yeah.
as
So the Surface Laptop Studio has a 13.5 or 15-inch display. It comes with either a what's it called again? A Intel Z processor, GPU, or a NVIDIA 3050 Ti.
oh yeah.
I think that this is a pretty good combination. It's expensive, but I think that the 3050 Ti inside of a machine like this is going to sell machines, especially with such a beautiful design.
It's a
Yeah.
solid piece of engineering. I don't know why I'd stick with internal graphics for or not internal. Either way, it's internal. Um, what's the word I'm looking for?
Dedicated.
I think so.
Integrated.
Why do I stick with integrated? Thank you. Why would I stick with integrated if I could just go all out and chuck in that 3050, give it the
Yeah.
power it deserves.
You have any thoughts?
Has a headphone jack.
Yeah. You have to say that these days.
All right,
Anything else?
it's we're in a
Yeah.
weird world we live in. I appreciate there's also a cavern underneath the laptop where you can like safely tuck away your slim pen.
Yeah, I forgot about that. It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, I absolutely love this thing. It was probably what caught my attention the most besides the what was it? This and the at the very least the outward aesthetic of the duel got both
Yeah.
got my attention.
Yeah, it's a very nice device. But I think that's the last thing that we have. Oh, yeah, that's a decently long stream. So I believe we're still going to be doing about an hour of No Man's Sky, I guess. You up for it?
Yeah, we can do an hour of No Man's Sky. I'm cool with it. I'm
Yeah.
awake. I only need an hour of sleep. It's fine. Yeah.
But for real though, you actually up for it?
Oh yeah. I'm
Okay.
down.
Yep.
Do
So
this.
I guess join us at Quick Start Gaming, and we will see you in about 10 minutes. Bye for now.